Hello, everyone. This is Eric Zhang. I am an American citizen, but I was born in China in a labor farm. I lived through the Cultural Revolution and witnessed the communist brutality in China. At the age of 37, I moved to the United States to pursue freedom. However, these days, seeing the ever intensified protests, I have the big fear that in our country, the freedom is in jeopardy. Let me start by asking you a few questions. What would happen if I walk on the street of Chicago wearing a MAGA hat? What would happen if an elected official refuses to kneel down in front of the protesters? What would happen if a worker tells his or her colleague that George Floyd is actually no hero, but a criminal? What would happen if a parent tells his or her child that there is actually reverse racism in this country? What would happen if a police officer points out that the Black community is partially responsible for today's racial problems? These questions are inconvenient for all and offensive to some. But are they legitimate questions? Do people have the constitutional right to ask so? If they do, should they be afraid of the consequences of doing so? Is there anything that's more important than freedom of speech and inalienable rights from the First Amendment? Will there be justice when freedom is gone? That's the biggest concern I have. Fellow Americans, do you understand when you force officials, police, soldiers, many of whom are Christians, to kneel down, you're exercising tyranny of the majority and taking away their constitutional rights? When the UCLA professor gets fired because he refuses to change the test standard for certain Black students, the school is terrorizing a normal citizen who is doing what he's supposed to do. When speeches, movies, and books are banned, you are turning America into Nazi Germany or Mao's China. Does America need censorship to solve the racial problems? I don't think so. By doing all this above, you're not only giving up your own rights of free expression, you're also taking freedom away from others. And that makes Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Mao Zedong, Kim Il-sung, and Pol Pot look much less evil. Last century, during Mao's time in China, the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, claimed that they helped the poor to defeat the rich. And in the end, over 40 million ordinary Chinese were killed because of starvation, and no Chinese dare to utter a word. When freedom is gone, tyranny is on. And under tyranny, the poor are the first to be sacrificed. Please learn from the history. Now we're in the 21st century. In America, also in name of social justice, this time helping the Black to defeat the white supremacists. By doing so, the far left are taking advantages of the unfortunate death of George Floyd to launch Communist Movement 2.0. They are determined to take our freedom away. But without freedom, where can we go for social justice? Indeed, in this country, there are a lot of social problems to be solved and improved. But without freedom, how can we do that? No freedom, no justice. So, it is not about racism or social justice. It is the freedom, stupid. Having lived in both countries, I realized an amazing fact. Americans understand the notion of freedom very well, but have no real experience of lives without freedom. Chinese, on the other side, have probably no idea about the definition of freedom, but they have personal experience of living under tyranny without any freedom. But you know what? Freedom is just like the air. When you have it, you do not appreciate it. But when you lose it, you die. President Reagan once said, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. Now, we're really facing the extinction of freedom. Americans, remember, no freedom, no justice. We can do better than just kneeling down. Americans, do not let freedom be killed in our hand. Stand up. fight for freedom, protect America, preserve our God-given unalienable rights, and the Christian value upon which the nation was founded. God bless America.